Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Last class, the very first class we have discussed about we started studying about ray optics. Now we are going to continue with the same thing. So last class we have studied all about what is reflection, what is refraction. Reflection at plane surface, reflection at curved surface like spherical mirrors, concave mirror, convex mirror. And I told you one thing that same rules whatever we have studied for concave mirror, convex mirror, same thing will be applied in case of lens also. That is, in case of convex lens, rules are same like concave mirror. And concave lens rules are same like convex mirror. Now here we are going to study mainly about lens and optical instruments. So today's topic is completely about lens and optical instruments. So optical instrument is somewhat easier compared to lens. Now let us try to understand. Now, so in case of lens, when you consider first thing, so when you consider any lens, convex lens or concave lens, there are two surfaces, there are two refracting surfaces. That means there is one central point called optical center and there are two surfaces, so there are two centers and there are two focus, there are two radius of curvature. So that there are two radius of curvatures, there are two centers and there are two foci for this and for this also. So here generally we will take R1 R2 for concave or convex lens. But when they mention equiconvex lens or equiconcave lens, then we will take R1 equal to R2. So just for example I am telling, if there is an object at a distance u from the optical center, then ray will go and hit the first interface and undergo refraction. So it is like refraction through one surface, like this. Now somewhere the image should form and the formula was mu2 by v minus mu1 by u equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r. But here this image will not form. That forms as virtual image, which acts like virtual object for the second surface, so that here again refraction takes place. So final image forms here at a distance v. And using this we derive the formula that the focal length of a convex lens or concave lens, let's take the lens medium refractive index mu or mu2, it is placed in a medium of refractive index mu1, then the first thing you should know about the lens is what is the focal length of a lens, that is mu2 by mu1 minus 1 times 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So this is the first thing. Now here after this the next formula what we will derive here is the relation between object and image distance, that is 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f. And rules are same again, like object is at infinity, image forms at focus, but other side. Like suppose convex lens, same like concave mirror, object is at infinity, then image forms at focus of other side, like that. Same thing, inverted image, same thing, diminished image. So nature also same. Now here these are the two main formulas. So this is the formula for focal length of lens. In case of convex lens, R1 plus R2 minus, so that this term will become plus. So focal length always positive in air medium. Suppose you kept in a medium such that mu2 less than mu1, then focal length of the convex lens becomes negative, then we call it as it behaves like diverging lens. Positive focal length means converging lens, negative focal length means diverging lens. Like in case of concave lens, R1 is negative, R2 is positive, so that this term will become negative. So focal length always negative in air medium. Now there again same thing, if mu2 less than mu1, then this term will become minus, minus of minus plus. So then that means if you place in a denser medium, because the medium refractive index is here mu1. So if you place the lens in a denser medium, then convex lens will behave like diverging lens, concave lens will behave like converging lens. Usually convex lens means converging lens and concave lens means diverging lens. But when this condition applies, then they change to other behavior. So that you need to remember about focal length. But here one thing you can conclude that in case of mirror, focal length was constant. You keep it in air, you keep it in water, you keep it anywhere. The focal length of the mirror always remains constant. But here the focal length of the lens depends on medium. So when you change the medium, then focal length also changes. So that here one more formula is this one. And in case of lens also, concave or convex, here also formula comes magnification, lateral magnification. But here formula is plus V by U, that is height of image by height of object. And same here also, velocity of image and velocity of object formula will come. That is 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. If you go for differentiation, velocity of image will become m square into velocity of object, where m is the lateral magnification. So based on this formula also they can give the question, magnification, size of object and image. So they can give concave lens or convex lens, they keep one object in front of it and they'll ask you what is the image position, or they may give object and image position, they may ask you what is the focal length, or they can ask you like what we call it as the nature of the image, whether it is virtual or real, whether it is erect or inverted, whether it is enlarged or diminished. So depending on the same condition you can find it. But here suppose you consider lens, object side is positive, object side is negative, the other side is positive. So real means other side, mirror case is different. Object side means real image is also object side, but here lens case object is one side, negative distances, the other side is real and that is positive. So here V negative means real, but here V positive means real, and remaining same, magnification, magnitude, greater than 1 means enlarged, less than 1 means diminished, and here magnification negative means inverted, one up, one down. Both up or both down means magnification positive, then we conclude that it is erect image. So these things you have to remember. Now the next thing, power of a lens. So what is the power of a lens means, when a ray falls on the lens at a unit distance, then it will deviate through some angle. That angle of deviation, through what angle it can bend, it can deviate, that we call it as the power of the lens. That power formula is 1 by F or 100 by F per meter. In terms of meter always we calculate. So F you can take in centimeter directly. So that this 100 by F per meter is nothing but diopter. So F you can directly substitute in centimeter. So this way you can find the power of a lens. And here in this syllabus we mainly study about thin lenses. So the next important question is thin lenses in contact. So when two or more lenses having focal length f1, f2, f3 so on kept in contact means they behave like one single lens of focal length f, and whose focal length formula is given by 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 so on, as many there, that many you have to take. This is the combined effect of the thin lenses in contact. So when two or more lenses in contact, you can consider it as one single lens having focal length this much. That is the another question they will ask. But here I will show you something. Usually they will ask, what is that is, you take one convex lens, another convex lens. Now they will tell this filled with some medium. So now this is F1, this is F2 and this one. This is like now one concave lens. Now this you take F3, then 1 by F will become 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3. Or between two concave lens also they can fill some medium. So F1, F2, F3, then resultant will become 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3. Where 1 by F for any lens is mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. If the other medium is air, because mu2 is mu. Mu1 I took 1 means the other medium is air. 99% they will give the air medium only most of the times. If they mention another medium, then you take here mu2 by mu1 depending upon the question. Now after this, based on the lens, what else they can ask is cutting of lens. So when you consider a lens, they can cut like this or they can cut like this. So in this case what happens is, when you cut it like this, one curvature is same, it remains, but other curvature remains infinity. Then the focal length of one piece will become mu minus 1 into 1 by r, where 1 by infinity is 0. But original, if you consider 1 by f equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by r plus 1 by r, 2 by r. So f equal to r by 2 into mu minus 1. Now one piece focal length will become r by mu minus 1, means double this of, double that of initial one. So when you cut the lens along its perpendicular axis or along the line perpendicular to principal axis, then each piece focal length will become double. But here if you cut like this, both curvatures remain same, R1, R2. So the focal length remains same. So these are the two cases they can ask. Like cutting of lens, two cases. Or after cutting also they can keep them in contact. Then also they can ask what is the resultant focal length. Or the other question what they can ask here is, they take concave lens or plano convex lens, anything, or like this. They will silver one side. So when they silver one side, then it behaves like, suppose object is there, first refraction takes place, then reflection takes place, then again refraction takes place. So first one lens, then one mirror, then one lens. Refraction, reflection, refraction. So that the resultant focal length will become 1 by focal length of lens plus 1 by focal length of mirror plus 1 by focal length of lens. So 1 by f equal to these two, 2 by fl plus 1 by fm, but you have to take magnitude only. So this way they can ask you what is the resultant focal length of a silvered lens. Like one example I will just explain you. Suppose you take this one. So now here one is lens plus mirror plus lens. Now if you take the focal length of lens, that is mu minus 1 into 1 by infinity minus 1 by r, so equal to plus, so mu minus 1 by r, so this is the 1 by fl. Now mirror, if you take 1 by fm equal to 1 by, for concave mirror focal length is half of the radius, so 2 by r. Now the resultant focal length will become 2 by fl plus 1 by fm equal to 2 into 1 by fl is mu minus 1 by r plus 2 by r. So 2 if you take LCM, 2 mu minus 2 plus 2, 2 cancel, so 2 mu by r. So like that you have to take the combination as lens plus mirror plus lens, and you have to find the focal length of lens separately, mirror separately, and you have to apply to this generalized formula. Then you can get the what is the focal length of the silvered lens. So Based on these things, questions can come. So, we will see questions also. After completion of theory, like last class, we will see few questions based on this. How the questions will come, how to deal with them. I just give the idea and also I sent the formula list. So, remember each and every formula and then try to understand. Now, after this, when you consider optical instruments, so the very first thing is human eye. So human eye means there are two types of defects will be there. What we study here is defects. Myopia and hypermetropia. Myopia means, so suppose this is human eye. Now from human eye you can see up to some maximum distance. Or you can represent with x. X is the maximum distance up to which you can see clearly. If there is an object beyond this, you cannot see. Now what you will do is you will arrange one concave lens. So that, see here, one concave lens I said. Now up to this distance you can see. Now all these objects you cannot see. Now you have to arrange this such that the farthest, the object which is at infinity you can see, the remaining all you can see. So that kind of arrangement we will do. That means the object which is at infinity, that should shift to within this distance so that you can see. That means the object at infinity, that should be shifted to this x distance. That means when object is at infinity, the image should form at this point, means this must be equal to focal length. That means focal length should be equal to minus x. Why minus? Because it is concave lens. So for myopic person, he cannot see far objects. For that we have to arrange concave lens. That focal length of the convex lens should be equal to the maximum distance you can see clearly without the help of lens. That kind of defect we call it as myopia or nearsightedness. Then after this, the other one is hypermetropia, reverse. Now human eye, when you consider, you can see from infinity to up to this. Now this is the distance below which you cannot see. Near objects we cannot see. Far objects we can see. So now what you have to do is, you have to shift the near object to far. Then we will arrange what? Convex lens. So that this object means this. But if you consider human eye, the nearest distance you can see is, for normal human, that is 25 centimeter. Least distance of distinct vision we call it as. So if the object is at this much of distance and you can shift that to beyond this level, then you can get the all the objects shifted beyond this, so that you can see clearly. So here you will apply general formula 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. So that if they mention Y value, okay. Otherwise you have to take 25. Because this object should be shifted beyond this. So depending upon the question you have to take this formula. Just you have to apply the lens formula. But here you have to remember that we will use convex lens which will shift the near object to the far object. Because here refraction will take place like this. So the object will shift far away. So like that, there are two types of defects, myopia and hypermetropia. So based on that also, I will try to solve at least 2-3 questions, so that you will understand what kind of questions they will give and how to approach those questions. Now apart from this, whatever remaining things are there, simple microscope, compound microscope and telescope, astronomical telescope, just remember the formulas and then solve the questions. 99% they will give simple questions only. I'll just explain you what are the formulas are there, then we will solve few questions based on those things also. 3 instruments, simple microscope, compound microscope and telescope. Simple microscope means just like a lens, convex lens. So for a convex lens, when you take the object between focus and optical center, you will get virtual and erect and enlarged image. So that is the case we will consider in case of simple microscope, where the magnification is minus V by U, but we will apply in terms of this formula where capital D, that is least distance of distinct vision. So here if V equal to D, one condition, if the final image is formed at least distance of distinct vision, then 1 plus D by F. Otherwise, the other case what we will take is the image is formed at far distance, that only we call it as infinity. Then 1 by infinity will become 0, so D by F will become formula. So you have to remember these two formulas. What is the magnification of a simple microscope? But simple microscope means only one convex lens, so it will do only once magnification. But we need to observe few microparticles, so that we need more magnification. That's why they arranged the combination of two convex lens. That is called compound microscope, which you will use in biology lab or sometimes in physics lab also. So where compound microscope means there is one small convex lens, there is one big convex lens. And the small one we call it as objective, and the other one is called eyepiece. Towards eye, eyepiece. Towards object, objective. In telescope also same thing, 2 will be there. In compound microscope also 2 will be there. So here there are two lenses, so that twice magnification happens. So once you will get one magnification, so object is upside, inverted image you will get, and that again you will get the inverted image, so final upward, so that twice magnification happens, and the final magnification is magnification due to objective times magnification due to eyepiece, so that the final formula will come this one, where V0 is distance of image after first refraction for objective, U0 is distance of object for objective, and here F is the focal length of eyepiece. Now this is the formula, same like this, because other side I told you first one object and inverted image, and that inverted image will form closer to eyepiece, so that you will get virtual erect. So this one. So same formula we will apply. And V equal to D one condition, in every case V equal to infinity one condition. So here one formula, here one formula. In the question they will specially mention what condition they are asking. So accordingly you try to use the formula. So here we don't have to do anything. Just remember the formula, understand the question, take the data and try to solve it. And telescope means it is reverse. So the objective and eyepiece both will be there, but objective size is more and eyepiece size is less. So here this is the magnification formula, where F0 is focal length of objective, Fe is focal length of eyepiece. And here again two conditions will come. If final image is at D, if final image is at infinity, and here the distance between the two lenses we call it as length of the tube, length of the telescope, length of the compound microscope. So that only here we will mention. Usually they will ask question. Under this condition, F0 plus UE, and under this condition UE equal to Fe. So that these are the two formulas you need to remember, and many times they asked question based on this thing, which is when final image is at infinity, that they will mention in the question as normal adjustment. So based on this also they used to give question. So this is all about the main thing, because if you have to draw the diagrams and do it means it will be like one particular topic is for 1 hour. And now you are going to entrance means you don't have to worry that much. Just remember the formula. But understand the question properly. So don't worry, we'll solve few questions based on this also, then you will get better idea. So revise everything, remember everything, then try to solve as many questions as possible, right? Let's see some questions. Concave surface of radii. So R1 is 3, but concave surface means minus, and R2 is also minus 4. So the position of the image, if an object is placed 12 centimeter in front of the lens. So object distance always negative 12 centimeter. Real object distance always negative. Now they are asking position of the image means 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. Where they have given U value, then we have to find V value, but for that we require F value. Where 1 by F value for a lens is given by mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So what you have to do here? Substitute R1, R2 given, mu given, then you will get 1 by F value. Here if you substitute, then 1 by V will become 1 by U plus 1 by F. So first you will get 1 by F value, then U value given, then substitute and try to do it. So this way the questions will be like data based and formula based. But here two formulas are there. One is lens maker's formula and another one is focal length of a lens. So proper sign convention is also important. So take care of all those things. Now let's take the next question. The power of a biconvex lens is 10 diopter and the radius of curvature of each surface is 10 centimeter. Then the refractive index of material of the lens. Biconvex lens they are telling. So biconvex lens means 1 by F equal to mu minus 1 into general formula 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Now, so R1, R2 both are same and that value they have given as 10 centimeter. Now, as it is convex lens, R1 is plus, R2 is minus. Already we have discussed. So 1 by F equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by R minus 1 by R. So minus of minus plus. So 2 by R. So 2 into mu minus 1 by R. Of course, we found it also. Now they are asking refractive index, where power is they have given as 10 diopter. So 1 by F value they have given. So here R value given. Now what you have to find is mu value. So mu minus 1 equal to R by 2 into F. Now first what you have to do is, first you find the focal length, where 1 by F is 10 diopter, because you should not get confused with the units. Here diopter means in terms of meter. So F is 1 by 10 meter. But we want in terms of centimeter means 100 by 10. So 10 centimeter, because here R is also centimeter. Then mu minus 1 equal to R by 2F. R is 10, F is 10. Then you can get it. So the answer will come 3 by 2. So this way, just try to take care of sign convention at every point of time and the formula also. Just understand and try to do it. Now, the next question is, the radii of curvature of the two surfaces of a lens are 20 centimeter and 30 centimeter, and the refractive index of the material of the lens is 1.5. If the lens is concavo-convex, then the focal length of the lens is. See, the radii of curvature of the two surfaces of a lens are. So R1, R2 they have given. But here the only confusion is whether they are positive or negative. That you need to understand. So here what they are telling is concavo, concavo and convex. So this is the lens. So concavo convex means this one. This is biconvex lens. This is biconcave lens, but this is concavo convex lens where refractive index is 1.5. But whatever may be the lens, the formula for focal length is same. Mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. But here R1, R2 now it will become both positive. So that R1 is 20 and R2 is 30 centimeter. Then substitute both the values where this is 1.5 minus 1 times 1 by 20 minus 1 by 30. Then they are asking focal length. So if you just solve it, then you will get it. But here the only confusion is what? Understanding the question, and you should realize that what is concavo convex. Sometimes they will also ask convexo concave. Then it is reverse. Convexo concave. Like this it will come. So depending upon the question given, you have to take the lens. Sometimes they will ask like this, plano, convex lens, all those things. Now similar way, let's take the next question. A thin lens made of glass of refractive index mu equal to 1.5 has a focal length equal to 12 centimeter in air. It is now immersed in water. Its new focal length is. So a thin lens made of glass of refractive index 1.5 has a focal length. So in air they are talking first. So 1 by f equal to mu minus 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So or else mu 2 by mu 1 general formula, but in air, so mu 1 is 1, so 1 by F equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2, where the mu 2 value is mu, that is the refractive index of the material of the lens, that is 1.5. And in the first case, F value is 12 centimeter. Now it is immersed in a water. Now it is immersed in water means now the focal length inside a liquid. That is mu by mu liquid now. Mu 2 is mu 1 is the medium, that is liquid, into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This is same. Now you divide both of them. You take the ratio of both of them. So like here 1 by F by 1 by FL, then it will become FL by F. So this by this I have taken. So these two terms will get cancelled, this term and this term. So here mu minus 1 by mu L minus 1. Now here what they are asking, new focal length FL. F value given, F value is 12 centimeter. Mu value given 1.5. And mu liquid, nothing but water. How much they have given? 4 by 3. So this way, as I said, focal length of a mirror is same everywhere. You take it inside the water, you take it inside the air, you take somewhere, anywhere, the focal length of the mirror remains constant, but the focal length of the lens changes as medium changes. As I explained, it may convert from converging lens to diverging or diverging to converging sometimes. So that is what based on which they asked this question. Similar way, we also have seen when lenses in kept in contact. Here, a thin concave lens of focal length and a convex lens is put in contact. So one convex lens and one concave lens. Now both the resultant will become 1 by capital F equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2. But here both are having same focal length. But convex means plus, concave means minus. So that what is 1 by F will become 0 So F will become 1 by 0 or something by 0 is how much? Infinity. So you just use the formula that the effective focal length when the lens is kept in contact. Now, similar way, one more question I have taken. Two thin lenses of focal length 20 centimeter and 25 centimeter are placed in contact. The effective power of the combination is, see, 1 by F equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2, where 1 by F is effective power, that equal to P1 plus P2. That's it. So now P1 means this one. So P1 is, as I said, you have to take 100 by F. When F if you take in terms of centimeter, so it will become 5 diopter, and P2 will become 100 by 25. That means 4 diopter. So that the effective power will become P1 plus P2, 5 plus 4, that is 9 diopter. So they did not mention, simply they gave positive values, so you don't worry about it, because they did not mention whether it is concave lens or concave lens or convex lens. So in that particular situation, you don't have to worry about it. You just take according to what they have given. Now let's take another question where convex lens of focal length. So the convex lens of focal length is 30. As convex lens, it is positive. Produces 5 times magnified real image. That means V by U is 5, and that to real image. So V equal to 5 into U. That means U equal to, if you take minus X, then V equal to 5X. As I said, in case of mirror, V negative means real, but in case of lens, V positive means real. So that is the difference between mirror and lens. Now, what is the object distance they are asking? So what is the object distance means? You have to apply lens maker's formula, where 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. And here 1 by V, 1 by V means 1 by V value how much? 5x minus 1 by U value is how much? Minus x equal to 1 by F. So now if you take LCM, minus of minus plus, if you take 1 by x common, 1 by 5 plus 1 means 6 by 5 equal to 1 by F is 30. So 5 6 are. So x equal to 6 6 are 36 centimeter. So what is the distance of object we considered? X. So what is the answer will become? 36 centimeter. So just understand the question and try to apply in a proper manner. So I keep on saying the same thing. So when you go to CET or NEET level, you will not get something very big, 90% of the questions are like this only from every chapter. You just have to take care simple things. And main thing what you have to take care is understanding the question. Now even one more thing also we have studied, that cutting of lens. Like here, one equiconvex lens, that means both radii of curvature same. If it is cut perpendicular to the principal axis, this is the principal axis. Now they cut it into in this manner. Already we studied if you cut like this, then the focal length of each half. Here R1 is R, but R2 is infinity as it is plane. So that if you consider the initial focal length, that will become how much? R by 2 into mu minus 1. But if you consider this one, 1 by F1 equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by R minus 1 by infinity, implies F1 will become R by mu minus 1, that is 2 times F. So that's why focal length will become what? Double for each of them. So of course already we have seen it, but once again I explain. Now, two lenses of powers are placed in contact, the focal length of the combination. When they kept in contact, first resultant power is P1 plus P2. So 15 minus 3. So how much? 12 diopter. So power means what?
100 by f. So f equal to 100 by 12. So approximately 8 point something. So 8.3 centimeter. So it's a direct question, very simple question. Just what is the resultant or effective power when two lenses kept in contact? Now, two identical glass equiconvex lenses of focal length are kept in contact. The space between the two lenses is filled with water. I told you this example. See here. This is one convex lens. This is one convex lens. Now the space between them is filled with some water. Now this is one focal length. This is another focal length. Now this is another focal length, but that is like concave lens. If you first consider convex lens, 1 by f1 or 1 by f2, you take anything. Both are same. Where that is mu minus 1. Mu is how much? 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 minus 1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. As both are equiconvex, so I can take it like 1 by r minus 1 by r. So that will become 2 by r. So this is actually the focal length of each of them. That is nothing but. So this is also equal to, they are telling 1 by f. Because two convex lenses each have focal length f. This is what the focal length of each lens. So 3 by 2 minus 1 means 1 by 2. 2 to cancel, equal to 1 by r. Now, if you consider this one, this part. Now 1 by f3 equal to, that is made up of water. So mu minus 1 means 4 by 3 minus 1. But it is concave means minus 1 by r minus 1 by r. So equal to here 1 by 3 into minus 2 by r. Where r value will become f from this equation. F equal to r. So that here I can write it as minus 2 by 3f. So that the resultant or effective focal length equal to 1 by f1 plus 1 by f2 plus 1 by f3, where 1 by f1 is 1 by f, 1 by f2 is also 1 by f, but 1 by f3 is minus 2 by 3f. So that here 1 by f plus 1 by f, 2 by f, 2 by f if I take common, 1 minus 1 by 3. Here this is 2 by f. So 2 by f if you take common, then this will become 4 by 3f. So that the resultant or effective focal length will become 3f by 4. So this way, I told you already this kind of question they will ask. So and if you look at it, this is the NEET entrance question only. So that kind of questions also can come. So just take care of the calculation properly. Same question also can be asked like, even as I said, in case of two concave lenses kept in contact. So F1, F2, and this space is filled with some liquid or some medium. Then that acts like a convex lens. And now the combination is like three lenses kept in contact. So 1 by F equal to, same again 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2 plus 1 by F3. Now, let's take one more question. A thin plano-convex lens acts like a concave mirror of focal length when silvered from its plane surface. See. So, when you consider a thin plano-convex lens, the plane surface is silvered. Plane surface is silvered. And the refractive index of the material is 1.5. The radius of curvature they are asking. In this case, as I said, it acts like lens plus mirror plus lens. Where first of all, let's find out the focal length for lens. That is mu minus 1 into 1 by r minus 1 by infinity, because the second surface is plane. So equal to mu minus 1 by r. And 1 by f mirror, if you consider, 1 by the mirror is plane, so infinity. So it will become 0. So that the effective focal length equal to 1 by 2 by FL plus 1 by FM, where 2 into 1 by FL is mu minus 1 by R plus 1 by FM is 0. Now here the focal length is they mentioned as how much? 0.2 meter. So So from here, the radius of curvature they are asking r equal to 2f into mu minus 1. So mu value given, f value given, and you can find r value. So as I said, they can also ask question based on the silvering of a lens. So here the question is about silvering of lens. Now, this is again similar question, same simple question which already we discussed. An equiconvex lens of power P is cut into two symmetrical halves by a plane containing the principal axis. That means here now they cut it like this along the principal axis. So that as I said F1, F2 both remain same as F. So initial power is P. Now the new power also remains what? Same, because the focal length remains same in this case. Now, a double convex lens has focal length 25 centimeter. The radius of curvature of one of the surfaces is doubled of the other. Find the radii if the refractive index of the material of the lens is 1.5. So let's take the general formula. 1 by focal length equal to mu minus 1 into 1 by r1 by minus 1 by r2. As double convex lens, let's take r1 equal to r, then r2 is 2r. So 1 is double r, r2 is 2, then r1 is 2r. Anything you take, same thing will come. So that 1 by focal length equal to mu minus 1, that is 1.5 minus 1 into 1 by r1 is 2r minus 1 by r2 is minus, because convex lens, r1 plus r2 minus, equal to minus of minus plus. So this is 0.5. R you take common, 1 by 2 plus 1, that is 3 by 2. So here focal length they have given. So it is nothing but 3 by 4r. They are asking what? Radius of curvature. So r equal to now 3 by 4f. Sorry, 3f by 4 cross multiply. So that 3 by 4 into now f is 25. So this is r value. So r2 value. So that is 75 by 4. 75 by 4 means approximately how much you will get? 118.75. So the answer, what it will become? Option C. So this way you can find it. So just understand and take the proper sign convention and take the formula properly. Now let's take one more question. As many questions as you can. Just try to do it. Just try to solve on your own. Here they are asking calculate the focal length of the given lens if the magnification is 0.5. So magnification is 0.5 means that is 1 by 2. That too minus 1 by 2. So magnification negative means it is inverted image. That is equal to V by U. So that here U equal to 2 times V. Now object distance they have given 20, that is minus 20. Now image distance will become half. So half means that is minus 10. Now, but here V equal to, sorry here minus I forgot. So that minus U by 2, minus of minus plus. So V value is plus 10. Now what will you do? You will take the mirror lens maker's formula 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F, where 1 by F equal to 1 by V is 10 minus 1 by U is minus 20. So minus of minus plus it will become. So if you just take LCM, then you can find it. Now, let's take another question. Also, we have studied optical instruments. Here, if focal length of objective and eyepiece, one is objective that is 10 centimeter, and eyepiece, that is 10 millimeter. So 10 millimeter is nothing but 1 centimeter. And the tube length, then angular magnification. So tube length here, if you consider, it is given 11 centimeter. But tube length will become f naught plus fe under what condition? Normal adjustment in case of telescope, I said. So that 11 centimeter is nothing but 10 plus 1. It is like f naught plus fe. So length of the tube is indirectly they have given as sum of f naught plus fe, means it must be normal adjustment condition. So you can conclude that it is the case with normal adjustment. So when it is normal adjustment, then what is the magnification formula? F naught by fe, where f naught is 10 centimeter by 1 centimeter equal to 10. So the magnification is how much? 10. So this way you try to understand. Now a microscope is having objective of focal length. So objective focal length, again f naught is 1 centimeter. Eyepiece fe is 6 centimeter. And the tube length L is 30 centimeter. And image is formed at the least distance of distinct vision. So image is formed at least distance of distinct vision means V equal to D equal to 25 centimeter. So if V equal to D, then what is the magnification they are asking? So how do you find the magnification? So the magnification formula is actually V naught by U naught into 1 plus D by Fe. This is what the formula for magnification of a microscope, compound microscope. But in terms of length, when they have given this one approximate formula will be there, that is L by F naught into 1 plus D by Fe. Even remember this also. So this is in terms of, length of the tube, we will approximate that value actually. So when we approximate, V naught will become approximately L. So in that condition, you can get the magnification. L value given, F naught value given, D value given, Fe value given. All values have been given. You just have to substitute carefully and calculate carefully. Now, one more question. The magnifying power of a telescope is 9. When it is adjusted for parallel rays, the distance between the objective and eyepiece. The distance between the objective and eyepiece is nothing but length of the tube. But here, the rays adjusted parallel means it is like they are going to infinity. So they are going to infinity means the final image is at infinity. That is nothing but again normal adjustment. I told you already. Based on normal adjustment, usually they ask question. So that is f naught plus fe value they have given. Now the focal length of the lens they are asking. Also in this situation, the magnification formula is 9. F naught by fe is 9. So they have given this one. So that from here f naught is 9 fe. So substitute in this equation f naught plus. So 9 fe plus fe equal to 20. So that fe equal to 20 by 10, that is 2. Then f naught will become what? 9 fe. 9 fe means 9 2s are 18. So what should be the answer will become? Option C. Now let's take another question. The intermediate image formed by the objective of a compound microscope is. The purpose of taking this question is because sometimes they will ask this kind of question, like what kind of image is forming intermediate image after refraction through objective, or what is the nature of the final image after refraction through eyepiece. Like that kind of questions also they will ask you. So here intermediate image formed by a objective of a compound microscope means, see there is one objective, so when it goes, then here it will form one real image and magnified image. Real and magnified and inverted. So inverted, real and magnified. That means option A. That will act like as object for the second one, that is eyepiece. So such kind of questions also you can expect in the NEET and CET level. Now here a compound microscope has a magnifying power. So they have given magnifying power as 100. When the image is formed at infinity, now they are telling V is at infinity. The objective has focal length F0 is 0.5 centimeter and the tube length is 6.5 centimeter. So I just now told you, like, they have given here again length of the tube. So when they give the length of the tube, then what you have to do? So the magnification formula is at V equal to infinity, that is V naught by U naught into D by Fe, where just before in terms of length I have taken formula, that is, what is the formula? See here, L by F naught. So same formula you can apply here, that here M equal to L by F naught D by Fe, that is the magnification. Now L value they have given, D value that is 25 centimeter, M value given, F naught value given, then you can find Fe value. So this way they can ask you, they will mention the condition whether final image is at D or final image is at infinity. So depending on that only you have to take the formula, and then depending on that only you have to solve the question. Now one more question. The power of a lens used by short-sighted nothing but myopia or nearsightedness, is -2 diopter. Find the maximum distance of an object which he can see without spectacles. So he can see without spectacles. So that means the defect is myopia. So in case of myopia, we will use concave lens whose focal length is equal to -x. And here they have given power, that power is -2 diopter. So focal length is 100 by P. So that is 100 by 2. So focal length is -50 centimeter. That means the x value is -f. What is x? The maximum distance you can see without help. That is minus of -50. That is 50 centimeter. That is what we have seen. Myopia means what? He can see up to some distance clearly, beyond which he cannot see. So that's why you need to understand that, okay, myopia means he can see up to some maximum distance. And there we have to use concave lens to correct the defect, so that the object which is at far distance, that can be shifted to within this maximum distance. That is what the myopia. And here, if a person can see clearly at a distance of 100 centimeter, then find the power of lens used to see object at 40 centimeter. See, he can see beyond 100. So the object is at 40. So it is like hypermetropia. What I said in case of hypermetropia, 1 by V minus 1 by U equal to 1 by F. Where object distance they will mention, I said here object distance is -40 centimeter. And also I told you, if they don't mention object distance, you have to take it as default value capital D, that is least distance of distinct vision, that is 25 centimeter. Now the image should be shifted to 100 centimeter, such that what value you have to find out? Focal length or power directly they are asking. So once you find the focal length, then you will get the power. So this way, so lot of questions you can solve. As many questions as possible, you just try to solve and try to understand. So this is how you have to deal with mainly optical instruments, and the most important part is lens. What are all the types of questions usually they ask in the entrance, especially CET and NEET level, in case of convex lens or concave lens? So please try to solve as many questions as possible. We'll and remember each and every formula and try your best. Thank you. We will continue in the coming class. Thank you.